Are you sick and tired of giving free quotes, and before you even hand over the paperwork, you know that you have no chance of winning the job? Are you left thinking, what a waste of time? But what went wrong? Was it them, or was it you? In this quick video, I'm going to share with you how you can improve your chances of winning your quotes almost every single time. Hi, I'm Angela from Lifestyle Tradie, and today I want to share with you how you can increase your chances of winning your quotes almost every single time. Now, how do we do that? To do that, you actually need to understand your customer. And regardless of your trade, all your customers are going to be completely different, and they all have completely different expectations on us as a business. So let me use an example that will help you understand. To do that, we should use the Trust Builder. I'll just draw it for you here. This is all about how you build trust over time. Let me give you an example in a particular plumbing business. So our avatar, our key avatar, is a female. She's 39 years old. She's married. Her husband works full-time, she works part-time, and she has 2 little children at home. So she is exceptionally busy, and she has high expectations on any trade business that walks into her home because she's very house proud. Now, let me tell you a story. Imagine one morning she wakes up to find sewer all across her garden, and she's thinking to herself, oh my gosh, I can't let my children even out of the doors on this beautiful sunny day because of this situation. And as her husband's running out the door, he's saying, call the plumber, honey, you'll be fine. She scrolls through the internet, she finds a few, and in the end she resorts to her friends and asks for their advice about who to call. She calls a guy. Unfortunately, she has some sort of expectation that he'll be okay because she got a word of advice from someone else that they were all right. So she makes this call. He's a bit gruff. He sounds like he's not even listening to her on the phone, but she thinks, I'm really busy, I've got him on the phone, I should just proceed. He says, I don't know when I'm going to come, love, but it'll be within the next couple of hours. And she says to herself, all right, I'm just going to have to wait and I have to cancel all of my appointments. That's what she says in her head. All right, come, she says. The doorbell rings. She's been caught breastfeeding a baby. She's had no notice whatsoever, and as she approaches the door, she sees a guy, scruffy as beard, silicone down a leg, with no branding whatsoever, no uniform. And as she looks past him, she sees just a white ute with, again, no branding. She has no idea who this guy is, other than the fact that she knew she'd asked for this plumber to arrive. He tells her who he is. Hi, I'm Matt from ABC Plumbing. So she hesitantly allows him into her home. She's feeling really anxious. She's in her safety zone with some random guy in a space where nobody knows that he's even there, with 2 little children around her legs. He stands that little bit too close, gives her absolutely no eye contact, and is exceptionally not helpful at all. And when she proceeds to take him through to the garden to explain her issues, he's looking at his phone, scratching his head, and talking to her like she's a nobody. When he goes through his motions and comes back and goes to give her a price, she's feeling really anxious and thinking to herself, how do I rush him out of this house as fast as I possibly can? You won't know this as a tradesman because she will put on her happy face, and all she'll be trying to do is ask for the quote and get you out of that house as fast as it can. Even though he says, I know this is quite important and you might want to do it now and I can probably fit it in, she says, just give me a quote, that's fine, and I'll get in contact with you. I just need to speak to my husband. She allows him out of the door, thank God, never to see him ever again. He never calls, he never follows up on the quote, and in actual fact, she's really happy. What's happened? At the very beginning of actually making contact with this guy, with this tradesman, unfortunately, she has this mediocre perception of what he's going to be like when she comes into her home. It's here and not here simply because someone has said, perhaps you should call this company. So she does. But every step of the way, the fact that he's turned with no notice, shown up, caught her unawares, when she's exceptionally busy, all it keeps doing over time is lowering the trust that she has for this tradesman. She's liking you less and less and less throughout the entire process. Every time you do something wrong, you say something wrong, you look the wrong way, you just keep moving down the line. Now switch it, go the other way. Imagine a beautiful, great experience with a tradesman whereby the very first point of contact moves you up over time and builds trust so that she likes you. Imagine the reverse. She knows that she has sewer all over her lawn and it's an emergency because she wants her kids outside. She makes the very first phone call, the plumber answers and he's exceptionally helpful. She knows she's got his attention. He says, I will be there within the next couple of hours, and even if he can't, it gives her a window of exactly when she's going to be there. She thinks to herself, great, I can still fit in a couple of my appointments, no problem. Before he arrives, he actually calls and lets her know, I'm on my way, I'll be there in half an hour. Perfect, she says. I've got a quick chance to breastfeed my baby before he actually walks in the door. He shows up. The doorbell rings. She approaches the door and sees the beautiful truck that's all clean in her driveway, and straight away she feels comfortable because she knows exactly who it is that's shown up. He's in uniform. He looks slick, clean and tidy and presentable, and she says to her straight away, I quite like this guy. I'm building trust and rapport. He's really friendly and happy and excited to see her, and she happily opens the door with her 2 little children at her legs. She's building more trust because he's keeping eye contact with her. He's even saying, what a beautiful place you have here. It's gorgeous. Oh dear, isn't that terrible about what's happening on your lawn? I'll absolutely be able to help you with that straight away. He's concerned about her situation. Isn't that nice? He's even complimented how cute the kids are and said, oh, I've got kids too, and shown me a photo of the pictures of his phone of his own children. I'm starting to build rapport. I quite like you and I have something in common with you. Even more secure, I feel. I'm building trust as you walk to my garden and show me a quote and tell me a price that I can actually get this done to get fixed. I might say, go ahead and do it today, because in actual fact, she is the decision maker. She's the one that will say yes or no to actually get the work done, so she can get it done. If she keeps asking questions, it means she's actually interested. So don't think the questions are her trying to push you away. It's the fact that you just haven't answered enough of her questions. Perhaps she does need a quote. Perhaps the price is a little high, or she does need to speak to another partner or find where her funds are going to come from. So give her the quote. She's actually really happy with the service that you've provided, and you leave with a smile on your face. You're not leaving as a tradesman saying that was a waste of time. Because if you've ticked all those boxes, she actually has already built trust with you. And then you follow up because you are a fantastic tradesman, and you do make that phone call to say, I just wanted to get some feedback about our conversation with the emergency that you've got in your backyard, because I'm really concerned that you want to be able to clean this up to get your kids out back to the garden. Can you imagine how she's feeling right now? She thinks you care, and that is critically important. Now, the thing is with building trust, if you fail on one part of this, if you have had this fantastic experience inside the home and you look clean and tidy and you present yourself well and you're exceptionally professional, and you give her a quote and you don't follow her up, you don't make a phone call, you have taken her back down here. Because she says, he was fantastic, but he didn't call me. You can't expect your person, your customer, to call you to follow up that quote. It's just not how they work. They are far too busy in their lives. It is your responsibility as a professional to chase them in a nice way to say, how is that going? Do you have any feedback for me? So as you build this trust and this rapport with your customer, make sure you stay following this direction of going up. And remember that any time you fail, you show up and you look gruff and revolting and unshaven and your shirt's not tucked in and you're not professional, you have taken her back down to base, and you need to start building that trust again to actually start getting it up to the top. So now think about that for you. Think about your customers and the expectation they have on you as a trade business. How do you think you could actually win more quotes with your customers by doing this? If you've had a poor experience and you're often thinking to yourself, what a waste of time, perhaps you need to stop and think for yourself, was it them or was it you? I'd love to hear your thoughts about what you do with your customers, and write some feedback for me down below. I'd look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.